Hello everyone, my name is Justin Riggs and I am a junior physics major as well as a presidential student ambassador here at West Virginia University. As someone who grew up dreaming about life at West Virginia University, why would I not go to WVU? Let me start by telling you a story of what my family is like. One night on vacation many years ago, my dad and I had noticed the hotel we were staying at had a pool table. What started as us just trying to waste time turned into hours of my dad teaching me everything he knew about pool. Towards the end of that night, I vividly remember how my dad made the cue ball spin around a ball blocking his shot by holding the pool cue vertically. He then turned to me and said, "I learned that when I worked at the mountain layer in college." West Virginia University has been a part of my life for longer than I can even remember. I grew up surrounded by pictures of my family at the WVU football games in my grandparents' house, WVU shirts from a multitude of decades, and mostly good stories of the time my family members had spent on campus. The story above is only one of a million stories that my family passes down about their experiences at WVU. As great as all of those things are to grow up with, though, they always left me wanting to get the full experience for myself. I wanted to be the person sitting with my friends, laughing about what we went through in college. That is what drove me to not only come to WVU, but also dive into all the opportunities the school had to offer me. I started my freshman year by making friends wherever I could, and that was a tough task to do during the year due to the pandemic. Things, however, picked up during my sophomore year, with me becoming a resident assistant in Summit Hall, a research and teaching assistant for some physics professors, and becoming more involved with the clubs I was a part of. These were all great chances given to me by WVU to learn outside of the usual classroom. Speaking of the physics department, I'm not sure I'd be as satisfied with my time here at WVU if the physics department wasn't as great as it is. As much as I looked forward to coming to school here, the circumstances I started with weren't exactly ideal. The glamour wore off sometime during my freshman year, and I often thought about if I had made a mistake. It took me quite some time and a lot of conversations with professors to realize that I had to rely on myself to be active and create the experiences I wanted to have while I was here. The first thing that came to my mind was to get more involved with my major and department. As a department without very many undergraduate students, I felt particularly welcomed by the atmosphere. It might have been because they didn't want to scare anyone off, but I like to believe that the physics department is filled with some of the most kind and caring professors here at WVU. The opportunities that the physics department here offered to me allowed me to make the most of my time here and directed my desire to learn more outside of the classroom in a positive and productive manner. The opportunities included working the telescope and observatory on top of the physics building, being a chaperone to high school trips to the Green Bank Observatory, and researching the magnetosphere surrounding the Earth. This is just my one example of a community WVU offered to its students. WVU is a school made up of many thriving communities that can offer a student anything they could want, whether that be a large community of football fans or a smaller group made up of just your major. Finding your community at WVU is an essential part of the experience.